Hey guys, you may have noticed a change of locale and personnel if you're just tuning in. Our brother Matt is in Massachusetts for a wedding. So we got some VIP with us here. We have the big man himself, Chris. Oh, look, Matt joined.
Nice.
We're missing you, bud. Hope you're enjoying your wedding. Hope it's more fun than hanging out with us.
How many people are already disappointed to not have seen Matty Ice?
He's a local celebrity. He tells me all the time that like he goes out to eat or whatever, and he constantly gets stopped to, and people are just like, "You're Matty Ice." So, hey Jeff, holding down State College, what's happening, bud? But like I said, we're here at Lavale, Maryland. For those of you that are unaware, it's one of the Maryland stores, big, beautiful, newer location. So I made the trip down with the lack of Matty Ice to do something down here. We'd like to do some more remotes and show you some of the other stores. Maybe we'll do Cumberland, see Greg, and go see Joel at Frostburg, and so on and so forth. But we got some big stuff for you guys. I think you're going to be excited.
Yeah, some big news. I know that it's probably a disappointment seeing me instead of Matt, but we have some, the Black Friday specials are ready to be announced. We finally have chosen what we're going to do a couple weeks from now. Matt, I'm sure, is mingling with the ladies up at the up at his wedding. Either he's going after the bridesmaids or they're probably going after him and his curly hair. So how could you resist?
I don't know. He's a true ladies man.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start it off. You want to show the flyer first?
Well, I think first, to the guys that are in Maryland, we're live on Cumberland's Facebook page right now in Cumberland, Maryland, the original Cartridges Galore. For you guys who are in Maryland, this is their 9th episode. They do this every Friday up in PA. They come live from a Facebook page. Typically the format is we talk about some of our favorite games. We talk about what's new in the stores. Everything that we show you is for sale, but it's also just kind of a roundtable discussion and lets you know what we have in stock and what's coming up at the stores. But just it's fun video. It's a fun little video, and I'm happy to be part of it.
We just like to talk about games. We're all a bunch of gamers here, so it's cool. And I got to tell you, they have some tasty stuff here in Lavale. Real good looking games and stuff.
You go ahead and start it.
All right, we'll start it off. This was a gem. Me and my buds used to play all the time for the 64, Mortal Kombat 4. This was a big installment in the series because previously it was just a 2D fighter, and this one added the 3D element as well as weapons, which changed up like your moveset and special abilities and stuff. Sub-Zero is still my boy. You'll all get wrecked, but like I said, just they put it on the PS1 as well as this was the time that the spin-off series started, like the Special Forces and the Sub-Zero Mythologies, which were also on 64, and Special Forces was only on PS1. But this was really groundbreaking for Mortal Kombat, and cool game, relatively expensive. If you're looking for a good time on the 64, some multiplayer action, competitive stuff, definitely check it out.
I know the guys in Cumberland that when somebody asks about a Mortal Kombat game, Greg especially, when he doesn't know what he's talking about, he usually says, "Yeah, that one they added more characters." Is pretty much his answer.
It's not wrong. Every installment they added more, and more so recently, the games have started to develop a story, which was really awesome. Like Mortal Kombat 9 on the 360 and PS3 had, which is weird to say for a fighting game, had an awesome storyline. And 10 was pretty good as well, introduced a bunch of new characters and stuff. Plus, we all remember those awful 90s movies for Mortal Kombat. They were classics.
Yeah. Before I forget, I'm wearing the
Star Spangled.
Patriotic.
Yeah.
It's Veterans Day. Huge shout out to
anybody.
Men
any
and
member
women
of the armed services.
Thank you for your service, serving our country. It's election week. We won't get into it.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset, a lot of people are happy, but put all that aside, thank you, veterans. We get to do goofy stuff like this because of the sacrifices that they made for us. So, thank you guys.
Mm-hmm. I'm going extremely boring. First ever Cartridges Galore live video, favorite games. Classic. I'm going Mario Duck Hunt for the NES. It is part of our Black Friday specials coming up over the next couple weeks. who hasn't played this? I mean, it's 31 years old now. I had a great time playing this. I remember specifically my sister, who's a little bit older than me, laughing when as I would die, she would laugh at me, and it was
So you were the
traumatic.
younger sibling, so you know that as Super Luigi Bros.
Yes, second player. And then Duck Hunt was like an added bonus. I wasn't as big of a fan as Duck Hunt as I was Mario, but it's a classic. How could you not?
It was
everybody
really cool.
played
They
this.
started doing that. That was one of the first combo carts, and it was like there's no box for it. It was only a pack-in game. And they were both black box titles, which was like the original release of Nintendo games. Sadly, the Duck Hunt guns don't work on modern TVs, but we've had a resurgence. I'm sure our local Salvation Army, who sells them for $4, has started moving some old school tube TVs just so people could relive their Duck Hunt brothers or memories for sure. And then to piggyback off of that, now that was Super Mario Bros. Not to be confused with which they actually have a copy of, just Mario Bros. This was like the old arcade version that you would play at like your local pizza joint or skating rink, or what, if any of you are old and young enough to remember one of those. But this was like, if you remember in Mario 3, if you pick a level that had somebody just completed, you would get to play this as a mini game, and it was like Mario and Luigi, and enemies would come out of the pipes, and you would have to like hit underneath them and then kick them over. And this was the introduction of the POW block as well, that has made it back into like Smash Brothers and other Mario games. Has been a staple of it. Couple of cool things about this particular cartridge is that the first pressing of Nintendo games, like you'll see this has the 3 NES bits, and the dead giveaway is the clips. This game and their first pressings, there's a bunch of them, are a variant. There's no clips, and they actually used 5 screws, and we call that a 5-screw variant. Generally, they're worth a little bit more, harder to find. For you hardcore collectors, the 5-screw variants are cool. A lot of the black box games have a 5-screw variant. And if you're flipping through some cartridges and you don't see those clips, definitely check it out. Most people aren't privy to that, and you can scoop up a cool variant for probably regular price.
I'm thinking Popeye, Wrecking Crew,
Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros.
Gyromite, the black label
Excite
arcade
Bike.
game. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, that was like the
Collector's
original
items.
And they all had that like series, like action series or sports series and things like that. So this was the first, other than Jumpman. This is when Mario became Mario. So pretty cool piece of history.
Okay, I'm going to go a little bit away from games here. I like showing off cool items that we get traded into the stores. We got 10 different locations out there, 10 different trade spots coming in all over the region, but we've only ever had one of these. This is going to be hard to show everybody, but this is
It's up to you if you don't mind doing it.
A boxed Power Glove.
complete in box Power Glove. Yeah, Matt is at a wedding up in Boston.
Yeah.
I'm sure getting hit on by some bridesmaids, as we discussed earlier. I'm sorry to disappoint. It's me instead of Matt. But this is my collector's item of. I forget what store this got traded into. The box is kind of messed
Seen
up.
better days,
Yeah,
but-
so we're not going to put it out for sale. Probably just use it as a display item. But this is hard to find. Really cool. Love seeing stuff like this come in. I wasn't a huge fan of the Power Glove, but it's cool.
Yeah. When we sell them, we use the term that they function, because to say that they worked is a bold-faced lie. It had these sensors that wrapped around your TV, and it was like, you know what I mean, it was like the first Wii, because it had motion sensitivity. And there's only a handful of games. Super Glove Ball is the main one that comes to mind. But it came with a programming manual, and all the little buttons and stuff on the controller, you could actually type in and reprogram it so that like each of your fingers did something different, and you could change like the sensitivity and stuff. And you could actually use a Power Glove to play any game. So one of the first ones we got in when I joined Cartridges Galore, we didn't have a Super Glove Ball. So I had to try to learn how to play Mario Brothers with it. And it was literally like you would move your arm to make Mario move back and forth, and you would like close your hand to make him jump. But the buttons are pressure sensitive, and it wouldn't detect that. So like I couldn't get past the second pipe because I couldn't jump high enough. But so that's why we say that they function and not that they work. But cool piece, super
Display
hard to find.
piece.
Yeah, yeah. You know, if you're a collector, I mean, that's something that just you got to have on your mantle. And then that movie, The Wizard, it was funny because he's like, it's so bad, and it really is not bad like good. It's bad like bad. But you know, live and learn. Now, probably because of that, they saved that technology and bounced off of it, and that's why we got the Wii. Just cool. The next one I'm pretty excited about is not one you see very often. Is Kirby's Dream Land 3 on the Super Nintendo. Super hard find. Kind of pricey, but awesome game. Dreamland 2, everybody's always like, they see Kirby's Adventure or Kirby's Dreamland on the NES, and then they see Dreamland 3 on the Super Nintendo, and they're like, what happened to 2? It was a Game Boy game. So this one was cool because they added these little animals like hamsters and like fish and some other weird looking creatures and stuff that you could ride on, and they would change Kirby's ability. Had a really cool art style, just a classic Nintendo platformer, must-have collector's piece.
You can get that on the Wii
Virtual
Special
console?
Collection too.
Oh yeah. The
If you don't
20th
want to
anniversary,
spend
like
75
bucks.
yeah, if you don't want to spend $75 on the OG.
Right on. But if you're a collector,
Yeah.
must have.
Yeah.
This is usually where we take this and we show, and I know you guys are probably dying since Chris told you about it, our flyers. So, as usual, guys, rocking our regular November sales. So, like the $20 gift card or $25 gift card for just $20, and the Sega with Sonic for $25, and these are our actual Black Friday specials. These will be live, of course, while supplies last. And, wow, I can't hold the camera still.
$150 Xbox Ones. We say while supplies last. We should have, between Duncansville and Altoona, I think we're in the 20s.
We should be pretty
And we
shocked.
should have 25 to 30 of them in the Altoona area, 25 to 30 of them in the Cumberland, Maryland area. So if you're looking for an Xbox One, give yourself an early Christmas gift. These are pre-owned. These are not brand new Xbox Ones, but $150. That's probably the cheapest we've ever.
I think that's
had
the
them.
cheapest an Xbox One has ever been, ever.
Yeah.
And, you know, they are all cleaned and tested and formatted and everything like that. We have some standards here, and, you know, we'll
Some
warrant-
standards.
Yeah, you know.
No, they're good. They're good condition.
They are
consoles.
very good. Most of my buddies, TJ, Rocco, Duke, DJ, I've sold every one of them in Xbox One, and they're still running like a dream. The big one is we're going to roll the buy two get one as well. So a great way to get some games for your Xbox One or some other stuff. I know you guys are probably looking at this $30 64 with a controller and a $50 Nintendo with Mario Duck Hunt, like Chris showed. These Retrons are pretty cool. We haven't talked about them much on our live videos, but they're
With game, free game if you get a Retron. That's huge. Rack off the rack.
And what they do, the Retron 2 will play both your Nintendo and Super Nintendo games, and the Retron 3 plays Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis. So if you're looking to get back into retro gaming and you wanna play the original carts and you don't want to shell out what would be close to $150 to get all three of those systems originally, this Retron 3 is one of my favorites. And yes, Matt, we are doing the Pokemon trainer hats as a special, $10. Super fly, great way to catch them all on your Pokemon Go. Add to your cosplay.
Shout out to the Fitted Joint in
Yeah.
Cumberland. They do a good job on the hats.
Oh yeah, and then like I said, the gift cards, $25 for $20, and you guys have probably seen that cartridge cache before, but these are our sleek new gift cards, actual gift card. It'll hold, no paper to get lost, no computer document, legit gift card.
I guess it would be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, real deal. Gift cards this time.
And then the other, while supplies last, $50 purchase, you get a free small plush, and we'll have both mushrooms and Yoshis.
Yeah, lots of different colored Yoshis, lots of different colored mushrooms. I'm sure those will fly.
And these will be at all locations, and, Black Friday, I believe we're doing 10 to 10 at every location.
Yeah, I think so.
So, you heard it here first on Live at 5. Definitely come check these deals out. They're going to be hot. They're going to go quick. And then, as always, our text loyalty program, just text the word Galore to the number 51660, and we'll give you $5 off your purchase of 10 or more initially. We send you maybe a message a week to keep you in the know, keep us in the back of your minds. And right now, throughout the month of November, every week, randomly, 2 people subscribe to that. We'll get an exclusive message to give them a free $20 in store credit.
Which we had both guys that won the $20 store credit redeemed it, I believe. One in Altoona,
yep.
One in Hagerstown. It's free money. So
yeah,
we're not going to hound you.
No.
Text Galore to that number. It's pretty cool to be on the first to know specials, some free store credit. It's a
yes,
cool
the
club.
flyers usually hit that before they hit the web page, and so on and so forth. Plus, we run all kinds of contests and giveaways, and it's just a great way to stay in touch. So last on my list is a game that I used to play with the neighbor girls all the time, and it was Bubble Bobble. This was a super bizarre game where you played as these 2 little dinosaur characters that would blow bubbles, and then you'd catch the enemies in them, and then you'd kick them to go off the screen, and there was all kinds of